Hi everyone, welcome back to Free University and our new channel, Infinite Health and Wellness with Dr. Tracey McCarthy. Hopefully you've had a chance to watch part one of our series on self-awareness and you're ready to look more closely at the importance of this skill in life. So let's rock and roll. Okay, previously we explored the meaning of self-awareness and touched on its importance. Now let's look a little bit more closely at why self-awareness is important to overall health and wellness. Let me share with you a quote by Carl Jung on self-awareness that I think you'll really appreciate. He said, "Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes." Another relevant quote by Roy T. Bennett is, "Strong people have a strong sense of self-worth and self-awareness. They don't need the approval of others." Both of these quotes are important in our discussion on self-awareness. We know that self-awareness is not only a psychological construct, but a biological, sociological, and philosophical one that is important in every facet of life, from the home to friendships to the workplace. We also know that self-awareness is largely about awareness of the individual. It's about monitoring what's going on inside of us, physically, emotionally, cognitively, and as well as looking at what's going on outside as a part of our experience in the world. It's about understanding our past and our present to better determine our paths for the present and the future, while we mitigate past problems and capitalize on current strengths. When we talk about self-awareness, what we're really talking about is being tuned in with ourselves and to ourselves as unique and individual beings. We're talking about thinking about our thoughts and thinking about our thinking. And when we think about our thinking, that's known as metacognition. What is meant by all this is that to be self-aware means that we actually explore why we think certain thoughts and why we feel a certain way. Why is the operative word here. So instead of simply feeling happy or sad, when one is practicing self-awareness, one thinks about why one is feeling happy or sad. Knowing why can help with replicating desirable experiences and avoiding undesirable ones. Stopping and reflecting on the why of our thoughts, our feelings, and our bodily sensations and behaviors also directs us to assume control over our engagements with the world. It also helps us with assuming responsibility for our life choices. So self-awareness is about being tuned into what is going on in our bodies, what's going on with our minds, what's going on in our hearts, and what's going on in our spirits. It's also about understanding how we are experiencing the world around us and how the world is experiencing us. Self-awareness is active and it's highly meaningful in its process if it's done well. Now, many people define themselves as highly self-aware, but the question is, are they really? Because when we look at the fact that self-awareness is actually rare, we have to really question the extent to which many people are actually practicing self-awareness. Self-awareness also takes into account the fact that in order to remain aware in our fast-paced world, we really have to consciously tune in to what is going on with us. And many people simply don't believe that they have time to spend reflecting on the whys of life. But my experience has shown me that instead of engaging in self-awareness, many people actually run from self-awareness. When you see people running to drugs, alcohol, sex, and manipulating other people, much of that is simply running away from self-awareness, running away from self. And self-awareness is no easy feat. It requires constant commitment to understanding ourselves and accepting what we find upon inspection. So when people are not operating from a space of self-awareness, they are often operating on automatic pilot. This means that they are often doing things and living life on a whim without much thought to how their choices will impact themselves or others. And this is a problem not only for the individual, but for the families, communities, workplaces, and other relationships that such individuals are operating within. Now, self-awareness is a life skill, and as such, it is one that should begin in childhood when children are learning about boundaries. And so early teaching in the home and the school about self-awareness will help children with knowing who they are, why they are who they are, and how they function in the world. This will all serve to help them as they grow into adulthood and strive to develop and maintain their own health and wellness lifestyle and realize their own overall human potential. Early teaching in self-awareness also cultivates emotional intelligence and compassion in children. So that empathy that comes with self-awareness also helps both the young and the old to become more cognizant of the possible motivations of others in their lives. Likewise, self-awareness helps us to question and better understand the underlying truths about our own raw and sometimes mixed motives related to the things that we do in life. Being self-aware is a full-time job. I will tell you that now. And it leaves little time or desire to co-opt the life of anyone else, however. So when we are living in a state of self-awareness, we are also living in a state of increased effectiveness in life. If you're interested in learning some strategies for becoming more self-aware, stay tuned. Coming up, we will be exploring 7 specific benefits to cultivating self-awareness in your life. We will follow up with some very concrete and fun activities that you can do to increase your own self-awareness. These activities are activities that students tend to enjoy, and as they are trying to get more in touch with who they are, they really seem to get a lot out of these activities. So come back to visit our community classroom for some fun and enlightening upcoming content on increasing self-awareness in your life as the path to greater health and wellness all the way around. Now, if you want notification when we upload new content, just hit the notification button and we will see you in class. Remember, this content is provided for informational and educational purposes only. It's not intended to substitute for diagnosis or treatment by your personal healthcare provider. If you think that you have any healthcare concerns or needs, please see your personal healthcare provider for assistance. As always, if you have any thoughts or reflections on self-awareness in your own life or in general, please share your knowledge and insights in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. Remember, knowledge is power. See you soon.